Okay, we got the dragon out. This is my robe. Because we got some devil energy. Why are we screaming at each other? That came from Prince, When Doves Cry, and the cards on the shorts backed it up totally. Um, we got the devil in the middle with surrounded by equal give and take, the six of grains, and the destiny card. So in order for you to defeat this devil and stop making the doves cry and getting the devil gone and you unchained, you see how they're all chained and you see all the heads around them. That's all the people that the devil has defeated. And when you're screaming at each other, he's got you chained. So it's really important. Who have you screamed at lately? Who are you not giving equal give and take to? This has got to go. It's got to go because your destiny, number 17, is the outcome. And then we had simply St. Michael saying to be gentle with yourself and to go forward fearlessly. And you can't be going gentle with yourself and ahead fearlessly if you're screaming at each other. He said, keep your eye on the targeted intention and then keep that commitment. Keep the commitment to the target. All right? So instead of screaming at each other, move forward fearlessly. Use your imagination. You'll see the answer. And you're protected by angels. You got to keep your sense of humor because you created this shit and you can get out of it. Okay? You created this shit and you can get out of it. So I don't want you guys screaming at each other, and I don't want the devil having you in chains. I mean, you just look at that picture. I don't want you guys in chains. Okay, and then the Bible scriptures, the only one on here is the widow's mite, and that is, can't really read it very well, Mark chapter 12, verse 43. So you want to look up the widow's mite. The devil card is just saying Satan's tempting humans to sin. And through your screaming, when doves cry, make sure you watch the shorts and look up the lyrics and listen to the music for the energy. Because your destiny awaits. But we don't want you to be one of these skulls on the side here that let him win. Okay, so you want to keep your sense of humor and know that you can get out of this. Then the thumbnail is my beautiful necklace. And that's Mary. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick some cards. We've got the Joker randomly at the bottom, which is the wild card. So anything's possible if you're willing to do this. And the challenge card, the Five of Wands. So those are randomly at the bottom. And they're randomly at the bottom because you are going through a challenge right now. And that wild card, look at that, Six of Swords. Something to do with your past. You're screaming at each other because of something to do with your past. Now, if you say you're not screaming at anybody, then you're screaming inside. And if anybody's their animals, shame on you. Animals, I can't stand that when people yell at their animals. Like, they don't know that they're being naughty, put it that way. And you yelling at them doesn't help. So I'm just getting a lot of friction. I'm just getting a lot of people are losing their cookies. A lot of people are losing it right now, and that's what the devil wants. You know, it's like that energy that says, from Steve's Love Tarot, he says, if you steal a $20 bill out of a drawer, it's the same energy as stealing from a bank, because it's that stealing energy. Well, this is that energy of, definitely, if you're screaming in your head to other people, at your animals, any kind of screaming energy is just got to stop. It's from the devil. And, you know, Kelgon can take you away, but you got to figure something out. And I really feel it. I felt it all last night. A lot of tension in Astro, because things don't seem to be going anywhere. Things seem to be getting worse instead of better. And I'm talking more of societal energy, the world itself. In Astro, everything's going wonderful, but this bringing it into the movie is really getting to be too slow for everybody, and a lot of people are losing it. You know, if you lost your house, you lost your job, you lost your marriage, you lost your kids, you lost your pets, put anything you want in that sentence. If you can look at it like it's part of your soul contract and you did this to learn a lesson, instead of woe is me and look at them fuckers what they're doing to me, the whole perspective changes, because you see that you created this situation and you have the power to change it. And that's what St. Michael's trying to say there. He's trying to say, 8 of diamonds and the wild card again. He's saying your hard work can pay off, but you've got to change your perspective. See, that's not an upside down wild card. And the 8 of Pentacles is a very sure sign that your hard work will pay off, but you've got to stop screaming at each other, and you've got to start looking at the glass half full instead of half empty. If you created the situation and you have the power to change it, okay? He wants me to read out of that, so I'm going to grab the book. And the music's skipping, so let me handle that too. Okay. I was playing some music and it was skipping. So, as I said, this is live, so sometimes these things happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and read from the book St. Michael Wants to. You have the power to change this. You created the situation, you have the power to change it. This card is a reminder that you are a powerful creator, made in the image and the likeness of the divine creator. You're not a passive victim. You have the right and the skills to rise above and change everything in this situation and relationship. However, so long as you blame others or believe that they're controlling you, you'll remain stuck. But by calling upon God and Archangel Michael, and then taking charge according to your guidance, you can change everything in miraculous ways. Let go of the blame toward yourself or others. Write down a list of action steps and then follow through with them, 1 or more per day. Have an honest discussion with the other person in the situation. Take 1 or more steps today towards turning your dreams into reality. Give yourself permission to make beautiful life changes. And what I'm getting here is just what I said, especially this first part. You're not a passive victim. You have the right and the skills to rise above and change everything in this situation and relationship. So once again, your hard work is paying off, the 8 of Pentacles, but you've got to use your wild card. Okay? And then the 7 of Diamonds, which is the 7 of Pentacles, is victory. underneath the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and then the top of the deck, we have go towards your love, King of Cups, and the Eight of Wands, communication. So whoever is your love interest, reach out to that person. If you don't have anyone to reach out to, then reach out to your romance angels, which is Saint Michael, Gabriel. Okay, just talk to them. Gabriel is the angel that came to Mary and told her she was going to be conceiving a child in her belly without having sex with Joseph. So you can imagine her reaction. So the King of Hearts, go towards your King of Hearts. Now, if you are the King of Hearts, this is the week to reach out. This is the energy to reach out, not necessarily weak. I know I said weak, but that's because they told me to. I don't like time, so whatever. But this is the time to reach out. And this communication coming in is something that the screaming has to go. See, the good energy is not going to come in if you're doing the when doves cry energy. Okay, so Six of Diamonds, Six of Pentacles. Now that's just repeating itself. So it's telling me not to go any further on this deck because this is the equal give and take that we just saw here. And we wanted you to look up the Widow's Might. This is the Six of Grains. This is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so we want that equal give and take. The communication coming in from the King of Cups is equal give and take. But it's not going to come in if you're screaming. It's not going to come in if you've got devil energy. So study that shorts. Now we're going to go ahead and look and see what kind of challenges, what we're talking about specifically here. If it will give me any information. I think a lot of this has to do with just your perception. As I said with Saint Michael, and you created the situation and you have the power to change it. And there's the Ace of Wands, which is exactly what I'm saying. But then you keep falling back into the woe is me, the victim mentality, the why are they doing this? This is taking too long. I don't like this. Wherever you fall back into, that's that Ace of Wands, that in and out energy. So you're maybe good in the day, but bad at night. Maybe you're, good for an hour and then you slip back into it. So sense of humor, St. Michael keeps saying, will really help this. And to know that you should go forward fearlessly because definitely you created this for a reason in your soul contract. Yep, the Death card. So we've got to move on, okay? That's the overall energy of what I just shuffled. You have to move on, okay? You can't keep playing this game because remember when I showed you the Devil card here? Those people are pretty dead. And they're his trophies. You don't want to do that. You want to get unchained. Unchained from whatever you're in here. Okay? So we've got the Death, and underneath the Death card, we've got the Six of Wands. And that's a badass victory energy. So you can do this. You just needed me to light a fire under your butt. That's all you needed. So you got this. And the card on top is Balance, Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Just got to have that balance. And don't scream at anybody. Keep your cool. Page of Wands. Put it into action. Everything I just said, put into action. And become the Hierophant. There you go. So that's a perfect way to end it there because you want that Hierophant energy. Yesterday when I came in here, the Emperor was on the floor. And I said, that's funny because the Emperor, needs to go to his Hierophant energy. And then I went to Astro, and we were talking about how everybody's in this attitude of When Doves Cry, and they wanted me to use that song, and they wanted me to mention the Emperor and the Hierophant, and look at that. The Hierophant happens to be the last card, and the Emperor was on the floor when I walked in here. So, yep, so get up off the floor. Pick yourself up by your big boy, big girl panties. And let's be the Hierophant in this. And you know what happens then, right? He loses. You're unchained. You're the Hierophant. You're kicking ass and taking names. 6 of Wands. There you are, 6 of Wands. And you know Mary did it. That was quite a soul contract, huh? Okay, you guys, my little green dragon wants to say goodbye. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.